What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of For Dummies. Mrs. Skullface.
Hello.
Robert D.
Hello.
And Just One.
What's happening?
I've been getting a lot of requests to do another episode of They Love Me, They Love Me Not, where we read off hateful comments that I've received and have a laugh. And I figured that For Dummies might be a good place to have those. So here's one. It's very short, simple, sweet, to the point. Your intro sucks.
That's about the new about the new intro.
I hate your smoking skull.
You know what stinks about these? You can't just say your intro sucks. Like, you have to be open to keep talking about it. Not you, but the person that says, yeah, great, cool, but let's talk more about it.
Here's one. Stop saying the feet in deep voice, you idiot. I really hated you say that, you idiots, you stupid fools.
You idiot.
Man, that is the pot calling the kettle black. You is mispronouncing that. You do me.
It's a pretty good. It's you do me.
I'm saying foots.
What about the guy that says it's not? Stop mispronouncing sword. It's sword. You don't say the W. And you were like, "Welcome to my channel. You are obviously new."
I love when people post me a link to like Webster's dictionary so I can see how it's phonetically supposed to be pronounced.
Why do people give you crap about saying sword, which you clearly know is not the right way to say it, but they don't comment on you saying theater, which you're not being funny about?
Why
do say it that way?
Why do people have a problem with the way you say sword, but they're okay with you saying pillow and bagel and Tupperware?
Or figure.
I don't say that. I don't usually say that. I don't usually say that. I have more. Some of them get really nasty. But here's one. Shout out to Ryan. He said, yeah, Bobby wanted to take the hammer to spin out also. And the response was, he's right on that one. We're off to a good start. Me and this fella, we're seeing eye to eye. But Skullface reviews suck too. I hate that he usually transformed the toys like a
Oh my God.
Took twice the time than everyone else.
Bobby's like, what do you mean like?
What's funny about that is underneath Robert responding, going, ooh, Bubba getting a screen cap.
Oh, then they were calling me like a Benedict Arnold or a rat or something.
Why do you take twice as long as everybody else?
Dude, I feel like my transformations have gotten so much shorter in like the past 2 months. Go ahead.
I love watching you break something and then just I'm like, let's see how this pans out.
Yeah, it's great when he
see where this review goes. And I broke it.
You just got to own it, man.
Has anybody ever commented on any video that you've just broken a figure, just idiot?
Oh, I'm sure.
Because that would be funny.
People love to call me an idiot, dude. Like
something about that word idiot just makes me laugh.
It's great. It's like it is great.
Bomb in front of it.
I like calling people morons.
Moron's good too, but moron doesn't have the same pizzazz as idiot. Idiot. Like I think it's the D and the T and all those fun vowels laying up in the middle.
Let's put all of the cons where Bobby Skullface has appeared at.
Mm-hmm.
How many people walked up to you and said you're an idiot?
0.
Oh wow, what a shocker!
Yeah, to some.
But to be fair, those people don't go to cons.
They don't even go to the grocery store.
I'm gonna do it next time. She'll be like, "What an idiot!" Can I take that prime print?
I don't know, man. At NJCC, you got some cave trolls that were lumbering around in there.
Yeah.
Lumbering.
No, they come lumbering. You don't see them first. You smell them.
I got one from a little guy. He's got like a rubber ducky as like a avatar. Take off that mask, you fat redneck. It looks like you're about to do. I'm not even gonna say what he said, but do something heinously violent.
Was this pre-eaten right?
Was
this recent?
You know what's sad, man? I think I was eating right by this point. Like, where I think when I saw this, I was like, man, I still ain't right. So that one was unfortunate to receive. Here's another one. Simple, short, sweet, straight to the point. You're a crybaby, bro.
Crybaby.
Dude, they're so funny.
That's the one that would disappoint my dad.
I've been trying to bait people on Facebook for a couple weeks now. Like whenever somebody would bring up, they'd be like, "Oh, I watched Bobby's review." I'm like, "Who?" They'd be like, "Bobby Skullface." I'm like, "What? Who's that?" And then I'll get them to ask him a bunch of questions, get them to tell me who Bobby Skullface is. No one ever talks.
They're probably like, "That's Robert. He's on his podcast with Bobby."
Honestly, Robert, I feel like most people know you by now. Like you probably need to get a fake account for that.
Yeah, maybe. No, but the funny thing is, a lot of people don't know who I am, which is
Make a
good.
career out of it.
Yeah.
So this was after my RC review. Many people got upset with my Fans Toys RC review.
Wait till the next one.
But they said, such a lame. He's basically flipped out after he couldn't move her legs outwards, which was all on him not knowing how to do it, which wasn't true, by the way.
So her legs don't move out?
I had one.
She's going to have
No.
human tits and her legs don't move out?
One leg moved, and the other one, due to paint being gunked up in the joint,
Or maybe a
would not
labral
move.
tear.
Relax. Then refused to even transform it because he couldn't.
That's in your hip. It's not like...
Because he could tell she'd end up damaged, despite everyone else so far managing to transform her without damaging it. Then again, he's pretty ham-fisted. Maybe it's a good thing he knows his own limitations. Probably would have broken it and ranted even more. Good grief, I can't stand Skullface. I'm so glad this wasn't up to his expectations, so it shows him for who he really is. Which is that he sucks.
Dude, your English teacher sucked.
But here's what's, you know what's crazy to me? It's like...
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, but
If you're going to come to a fight, you better know how to make a fist.
this may be his worst review since SOC Voltron, which was another figure that he blasted for problems that were of his own making because he didn't read the instructions. That's partially true.
Yeah, he definitely never reads the instructions.
No, I can't be bothered.
Except for an IKEA shelf.
I really look forward to Bobby Skullface reviews, but I'm getting tired of having to fact check his reviews.
Fact check.
The fact check.
What
Yeah,
do you-
my
how do you
job.
fact check a
Wrong.
review?
Well, the thing is, like, if you're fact checking, just do your own review.
Bobby, just fire him. He doesn't have to fact. You're fired.
Here's a good one. The more I think about him,
Yeah.
now let me ask you guys. Do you think this is going to be a positive or a negative? The more this guy, because he's doing some contemplation.
Negative.
He's been thinking about it. He's been thinking about it all day.
He's been thinking about it.
We've all been here.
The less I like him, he's nasal.
Nasal?
Yeah, I disagree.
It gets worse.
Nasal? If you were nasal, I couldn't look at you in a straight face.
He's fat.
That's fair.
He's hairy.
Oh,
That's fair.
do people know that you have an afro under the mask?
He clearly thinks he's important.
That's fair.
He's a slob.
Only the tub.
Yeah, I don't know. Fair. But I mean, yeah, it may be fair. The perception may be.
He has a shtick, a mask. Really?
He has a what?
Bobby,
Yeah.
you know, since we're talking about that tub, you know what we stopped talking about? That dusty windowsill.
Which one? There's a few.
Yeah,
Come on,
they're all dusty.
They're not
Robert.
all dusty.
With
Don't do that.
with the Tatcha-Jets.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the little
That's
ledge.
not,
That
that's not
was
a
sorted.
windowsill.
That was sorted.
That's a
The
knick,
dust
That's a
knick-
knick-knack shelf.
shelf.
They got the baby on that one.
He says he acts like he's above it all,
True.
despite the fact he's actually talking about toys on YouTube with shelves of comics behind him. He's probably bald.
He just said he was hairy. That's all over the
He's
place.
skinny as hell.
He doesn't do his research. Maybe transform a figure once or twice before doing a review. Nah. His setup is messy. Yeah, I think I can see through the cables and interface. He's so hardcore. A skull
face.
ski mask? Cool. It's not a ski mask.
It's not a ski mask, and I just redid the little review table. So
How smelly is that mask? Now that this mouth breather has logged so many hours blowing hot gas into it.
mouth breather.
Any fool with a damn camera in 21st century.
Yet you've watched it and taken the time to
I
comment.
know that comment was probably longer than the video.
Dude, Bobby's doing it for free. Like, I mean, AdSense, honestly, come on. I mean, he's doing all this content that's obviously not making him rich. You want to do research for you now? Get out of here.
I love it. I love some hateful comments.
So here's another one. First of all, to all you posters seemingly ready to jump off the bandwagon based on just Bobby's review, allow me to shed some light. He's ready to break it down. Are you ready? YouTubers get paid. Regardless of how up and up he tries to seem and how he always narrates himself as being above board and open and honest about things, reviewers do what they do for incentive. In our market, that either means cash or free toys. I get the fact that he's ex-military, so probably pulling down some disability and TRICARE.
Oh my my God.
But it's not like he's doing this as a hobby fully in his spare time.
How did they know you were on the Space Force?
And
His own Chiquito.
and some reviewers do operate on a dictated review base. Some companies tell the reviewer how to review the toy in exchange for said incentives. Not saying Bobby does specifically, but when you start to add it up, the mistakes he made during the reviews for all the UT bots, the lack of preparation beforehand, not knowing transformation schemes, the lack of...
Wouldn't that mean that you weren't sponsored?
The lack of care handling the figures, almost like he always handles his tiger tracks. How he started ripping on unique toys for moving away from the cartoon aesthetic, even though you can compare Blastoff to his cartoon animation model in this very thread. But then,
you did that when they took away your free toy deal. That's when you started blasting me.
But then goes on to sing the superiority and praises of Zeta, which have looked like total dumpster juice from the get-go.
Notice he says looked.
The fact that every other reviewer who has done them so far had almost nothing but praise, especially compared to Zeta, leaves me with the opinion that at the very least, he went into this set of reviews with an extremely preformed prejudice. Again, nothing against Bobby. I think he's a stand-up guy. Wait. For an ex-jarhead.
Wow.
And I sub his channel and have commented multiple times directly on it. But the absolute truth of the matter, you people need to be reminded of in your decision-making process is that these people do have an agenda. Personally, I love this set. Just for those people out there that are listening, I've never served in the military. I wish I had. It probably would have been the best choice for me at an 18-year-old Bobby age, but I don't think I was mature enough to handle it. I tip my hat to anybody who was mature enough to handle it, but I've never served. I am not a veteran and deserve none of that credit.
Is the CIA
not retired,
considered military?
not on disability.
I'm not
and
retired.
Is doing it as a hobby.
Yeah.
Naval ships.
A missile launching into the sky with a big trail of smoke under it. Choo-choo train trails.
What did he say?
Chemtrails.
An apple.
Hollow Earth.
A giraffe holding a boombox.
Come on.
Trail mix.
Trail mix made out of little trolls.